morning. Good morning. It's me again, your boy Alex. Just another day. Maybe some of you guys are probably like, why doesn't he do a podcast every day? I don't do it every day because I want to make sure that what I'm giving you, especially about going to work, is when I'm also in the element. Because if I'm not in the element, it's just not going to give you the same thing. So I say that to say this. Today, the last couple podcasts, we talked about 4 words: focus, finish, win, believe. Okay? Those 4 words are so important to have because the focus and the finish is about, man, when you get to work, what you got to do. You got to focus while you're there on the objectives and what you have to do to help your team win. Because at the end of the day, there's no I in team. Okay? Even as an associate, there's no I in team. It's so important that you transition your mindset to not I, but we. Because teams win championships, not individuals. Now, I know a lot of y'all say, oh, well, Jordan won by himself. Let's not get it twisted. Let's look at how Jordan won. Jordan didn't win, okay? Jordan wasn't getting no rings until what's his name showed up. What is his name? Everybody know his name. Scottie Pippen Jr., okay? First of all, Jordan couldn't get past the bad boy Pistons without Scottie Pippen Jr., okay? So when Scottie Pippen Jr. came, there was someone that can play just as good as him, that the defense had to respect and worry about. You see? And it wasn't just Scottie Pippen Jr. You had Dennis Rodman on the defense, getting rebounds. You had your boy Kerr shooting threes. Okay? He had a team around him. He had coaches that ran that triangle offense. They practiced to help them win 6 rings. Okay? Even though on the outside, Jordan gets the credit, but we all know the reason why Jordan won 6 rings. It may look like because of the offense he was in. It's kind of like, and y'all gonna see where I'm going here, but it's kind of like if you're in a passing offense in football, right? And you're like, man, the running back don't get no shine. Man, because the running back is doing his job in the passing offense. He may have to block a little bit more. So in the triangle offense that he ran, it's about mismatches. And of course, if I'm the head coach, I'm going to make sure I'm going to try to get the mismatches with Jordan. Maybe get a smaller guy on Jordan, mismatch him, get a big on Jordan and get a small guy on Robin or whoever at center or Scotty. You know, so that's why when you look at his highlights, it's like, man, it seemed like all Jordan did was got the ball. No, it was about his offense. It was about the offense he was in, okay? But Jordan couldn't win without a team. LeBron couldn't win the rings he won without a team. So I want to stress that to you guys, man. When you're out at work, remember, there's no I in team. It takes a whole team to win to get the objectives done. Even if you're no, I'm in my area. Well, guess what? You're in your area getting your area done. The next person in his area getting the area done. It's still taking a whole team to get it done, okay? So we got to transition our mindset from I to we. What I want to talk about prior to this, we talked about those words, finish and focus. That's very important to have when you are at work. But also remember, I said win and believe. Win and believe is about a mindset too, okay? It's about a mindset. If I don't believe I can win, I'm not going to do good. And if I don't believe in myself, I sure enough ain't going to do good. Very important that you have confidence in yourself. Believe that you're going to win the day. No matter what, no matter how the day look like, no matter what the objectives are, no matter if you have 7 call-outs, my God, I'm going to get it done today. No matter if they didn't wrap the pallet right, well, you know what? I'm going to restack it and make sure I wrap the pallet right. Because everything's about integrity. Everything's about making sure you do your job right at the end of the day. Okay? The next 2 words we're going to talk about today are priorities and discipline. Now, the reason why I said priorities first, because your priorities will help you line up with the discipline. So, what are your priorities, man? I want you to think about that. Think about your priorities when you go to work. Because there are days that a lot of us, we don't feel like working. We don't feel like going. And we got to push ourselves every day because, number one, we got priorities. For some of us, our priorities may be our children, our family. For some of us, our priorities may be our self goals, okay? Or how we're trying to move up in the company. For some of us, our priorities may just be bills. All right? You got to have a priority. And what I like to call it is a priority list. You need to make a priority list because the priority list is going to remind you of what you need to do every day. The priority list is going to remind you of what you need to do every day. Okay? It's going to remind you why you get up. It's going to remind you why you need to do what you need to do. Because sometimes we end up forgetting. Sometimes we end up forgetting why we do what we do. And you have to remind yourself, come on, man, we're all human. Sometimes we can do the same routine every day and start losing the passion. Nah, man, when I go to work, man, for me, my priorities is my family. For me, if you're married, you know, if you're a man and you're married, your priority should be your family first. Period. I got to make sure my kids have. I got to make sure that I'm setting a great example for my sons. Okay? I got to make sure that my daughters see Daddy go to work. Daddy ain't no bum. Daddy working. Daddy putting clothes on your back. So they know what a man look like, what a man do. You see what I'm saying? A lot of us, we want to lead, but we don't lead by example. And then you're wondering why your daughter getting these type of men. Well, who are you to your daughter? You see what I'm saying? What is your daughter seeing every day? My gosh, I don't even know why we're going here. But what does your daughter see every day that you do? Same thing with the men. Same thing with your sons. What is your son seeing every day that you do that you know is detrimental to his growth? Are you lazy? Do you not clean the house? Do you not help out? Does he not see you cook? Your son should be seeing all those things so your son don't have to feel like that men ain't supposed to do nothing. Your son should see you working, getting up for work every day. The next thing, because remember, leading by example is way better than talking. The next thing, at the priorities, I said it was discipline. It's so important, man, that I put priorities first because the priorities is going to help you to stay disciplined. What am I saying? Discipline is what? Man, I got to do it anyway. So on the days that even when people say we got to stay disciplined, even on the days where, my God, I don't feel like going to the gym today, you got to look at that priority list and think about, man, no, my goals were to get healthy. So I'm going to go today and push myself today, period. Period, point blank, period. So the priorities for anybody that needs help, I'm trying to help somebody, is going to help you focus on the discipline. So we have to make sure that we are doing what we all supposed to be doing. Put the priority list on your door, man. Don't just have it in your head. Oh, these are my priorities. No, we are human beings. You're going to forget. You're going to wake up one morning, you're going to be so tired because you just been working hard and doing what you got to do to be the best employee in your section, whatever you are. If you in the deli, if you in electronics, if you work at the mall, if you cutting grass, whatever you're doing, you're trying to be the best employee in your section, and you're going to come home tired, and you're going to wake up the next day knowing you still got to go back to work, and you didn't get that much good sleep. Come on, somebody. I'm telling the truth here. And next thing you know, you're going to be tired, and you ain't even going to look at it because you ain't even going to remind yourself because you just got it in your mind. So that's why it's important to write it down, guys. Write your priority list down. Write it big so you can see it every day on what is your why. Why am I doing this, man? That's what Eric Thomas said. A very great video. What is your why? I call it the priority list, right? To remind yourself, man, this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because, my God, my daughter going to need a prom dress one day. I'm doing this because my son and my daughter's going to need a car one day. I'm pushing myself to go up in this company because my wife want to stop working someday. What are we doing? Because I want to retire early. What is your why? Your why, your priority list, okay? Why are we doing what we doing? Your priority list. And if you ain't got it written down, you are in trouble. It needs to be written down, people. Because if it's not written down, you're not going to remember. I'm sorry to tell you that. We got to stop being lazy, write these things down so we can do what we got to do. Because nobody going to do it for us. Nobody. Your pastor, your mama, your daddy, you're grown. Nobody, ain't nobody digging you out that hole. We will hope to. We will hope so, but my God, you're going to have to pick up that shovel and dig. Ain't no, that light at the end of the tunnel, ain't nobody going to help you walk it. You're going to have to walk it, sir. You're going to have to get to it. Remember, the Bible says, wherever your treasure is, there also your heart may be. Now, obviously, we want our treasure to be in heaven. We want our heart and our mind on heaven. So that's number one. But also, too, our treasure and our heart should be our priorities with our kids, right? If you're married. It should also, if you're not married and single, it should be, my God, let me not worry about having a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Let me focus on me and get me right. So when my boyfriend or my girlfriend come, I'm good. For the women, I try to tell my daughters this all the time. Focus on yourself. Get yourself right. Get your car. Get your house, right? Get your credit right. So when all this stuff is in your name, so now when the husband does come and he decides to act crazy or leave you or whatever, you're not sitting out here like Chuck because you done put everything in his name. Same thing with the men. Let's go. What are we doing? Once again, I love you guys. Get your priority list, and the priority list will help you stay disciplined. Love you.